Alrighty, welcome in. If you hear the Taco Bell sound, that means take a seat, gather in. We got a lot to talk about on tonight's episode of Detention Span. Thanks for tuning in. As always, it's your boy, Mr. Kirkster. We got a lot to dig in tonight. It's the eve of the NFL Draft. I'm going to recap a little WrestleMania, even though I don't want to. I have to. We're going to talk some NBA playoffs. There's been some good games, and there's been some games where, let's just say, I don't even want to turn the fucking TV on to tune into. Wow, way to cuss in the first 2 minutes. Can never do that. But you know what? We're trying. But we got a lot to dive into, and we also have an Ask the Class debate team edition. Who knows? We might even be lucky enough to get Uncle Drew on the line to settle this debate once and for all. Or you'll really see his true colors and see where he stands. But, like I said, welcome in, welcome all. It's good to see the class. It's been a minute. It's good to be back in the studio. I guess we're kind of on our football schedule. You know, we kind of took the off season, kind of how the players do, and now we're reporting back to voluntary mini camps and OTAs, and we're getting back into the swing of things. And no better time to do it than the eve of the NFL Draft. I figured I'd maybe kind of go over my first round, talk about who I like, who I don't like, who I think's blowing smoke, who I think actually has a legit chance of improving their roster and maybe accelerating their team to a playoff level this upcoming fall. But I guess let's rewind, let's back it up, let's talk about WrestleMania this weekend, because I'm really excited to get into the NFL Draft. Been reading a lot about it all week, actually the past few weeks. I'm excited. I feel like the NFL Draft's been getting a lot of flack lately, and I just don't understand it. I mean, I understand it's commercialized now, and it's all for profit and all for brand gain. But I mean, it's still awesome. I mean, it's still cool. Like, just knowing there's a chance where your team is gonna draft a player that, who knows, could change the franchise, could change the trajectory of the team for that upcoming season. So there's a lot of exciting things to look into that draft, but we're going to get into that. Let's start with WrestleMania. Man, a lot of people were upset with this year's WrestleMania, and I think I'm going to go over a few points why I think they were upset. And it was a cool looking Mania. The spectacle was pretty cool. I felt like the stage was kind of a downgrade from the previous year, so I guess we can start there. Let's start with night one. All of the matches leading up to the main event were, I don't think one of them went over 15 minutes besides the main event. And honestly, I think it was lower in the 5 to 10, 12 minute range is what it averaged for the first, was it 6 matches one night and then 7 the first, 6 the second. So those first 6 matches averaged about 5 to 12 minutes of ring time for their WrestleMania match. Now say what you want about AEW, those motherfuckers go all in. Yeah, I mean that's the name of their fucking pay-per-view, but they literally go all in for most of their pay-per-views. They try to put on the best match possible, the most theatrical, prolonged, entertaining ending or twist they can put on. They're trying to incorporate that within their matches. They're trying to catch magic that way. You know, they value that. Obviously, them still being basically a pay-per-view model product, they have to model it different to their clients. So a way they do that is they have their performers go all out on their matches, and that makes their pay-per-views far more entertaining than most WWE ones, if I'm being honest, because WWE, since the TKO era, it's been 4 or 5 to 6 matches a card where they're filling out these huge venues, no matter where, for most of their PLEs. I mean, they're at least playing in hockey. Is there? I'm trying to think right now if there's in between a stadium and an arena. I guess arenas, but I mean, they're filling out pretty much the biggest arenas in the country whenever they want, and can fill out stadiums for some of their marquee events that they have. like SummerSlam, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, etc. So I just feel like they're putting a lot into the looks of the show, and they're just not really having good matches within the company, and I feel like that's what kind of happened in WrestleMania. I feel like a lot of matches were just pretty underwhelming. I know the first hour for each night they were on ESPN, so understand they're in a time constraint. Understand they're also in it doing a gimmick, doing a shtick, but I mean it just seemed far more predictable for me this year than most Manias. I mean, you didn't really get a what the fuck moment, a what the hell moment. You don't really get surprise appearances from legends or, all the fans get mad when you bring in actors or anybody outside of WWE these days. But I mean, I'm all for it. That's what WrestleMania was built on, was the back of celebrities and the back of getting athletes, musicians, artists, whoever was a big name at the time, bring them the fuck in, because that's just going to bump ticket sales up, and it's going to bring a vast variety of people to come watch your product. And that's where I feel like they're kind of losing their magic that way. I mean, McAfee did a great job. People aren't talking about how great of a job McAfee has done of bringing his audience into the WWE. It's probably a lot of bros my age, probably 18 to 35. Most of them, maybe just know of the big wrestlers, John Cena, Triple H, Undertaker, those kind of guys. Growing up they watched a little. But McAfee, I feel like he's done a great job of, building up pro wrestling and making it sound like an entertaining show that they'd want to either go watch it live or tune into every week on TV. And he was a great color commentator. Does not get enough respect. The dude is phenomenal. He deserved to be in there, man. He's done everything in pro wrestling. Every stage he's done, he's trained. He's awesome, man. He's paid his respects to the business. So I didn't like how everybody was upset with him being involved in the match. When you also know Pat McAfee's in bed with ESPN, I mean, that's no fucking secret. Of course they're going to cross over at some point. Like, who do you think's running the fucking show? You got to see who's pulling the strings behind the curtain before you get upset at this. I mean, and McAfee deserves it, okay? He's single-handedly brought back the joy of college football mornings. If they take the kick thing away, I'm going to be fucking pissed. And I'm going to be mad. And he's done just a great job of being a good character. He said, fuck it, I'm going to go be heel. I'm going to tell everyone, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You're ugly. Like, bought in, was being hilarious. And he was like one of the highlights of that match, in my opinion, when he gets elbow dropped by Jelly Roll through the table. I love how we haven't even talked about Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton. We're just talking about McAfee and Jelly Roll. That's McAfee and Jelly Roll stole the show, in my opinion. Jelly hit him with the big Jelly elbow drop through the table. McAfee gets carried out on the stretcher. You think he's done for the night. The match with Cody and Randy was amazing. That was the thing about the WrestleMania, this year's WrestleMania. The main events were fucking amazing. Like, great matches, because they were able to go put on a 40 minutes of work in front of the crowd, which I don't understand if they were on a fucking time constraint with ESPN, because I know the average in-ring time, I believe, was under an hour and 20 minutes. I think it was like an hour 15. I don't know, I might have been seeing that wrong, hearing that wrong. But they ran through the show quick. There was not a lot of segments on the side, but the main events were great. The Cody-Randy match was going great, and it gets to a point where the ref gets knocked down. There's no ref. McAfee comes back in the neck brace, in the zebra shirt, running down the ramp, comes in, tries to do the 3 count. Cody kicks out. It was a great moment. That's hilarious. And then he ends up getting RKO'd, and then he ends up retired from the business. So I mean, it's hilarious, man. You're supposed to play a character. It's supposed to be fun. It looked so much fucking fun. That's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. So I mean, like, that's why I can't get too mad at WrestleMania. You got to understand it's a show, and that's their job, is to put on this show. So I mean, they're just doing what they're told, and I'm sure if they wanted to, I'm sure they all wanted to be able to wrestle as long as they could in the ring, get their WrestleMania moment. But I guess it just isn't folding out that way with TKO and the way they're really sticking their hands in in the mix and trying to make the sausage themselves. Where you gotta let the people who've been running the business run the business. You gotta separate the creative side and the money side. That's what Vince McMahon. That's why everything put aside, why he was the best wrestling president, operator of all time. He was a mastermind of running both sides of the business. It's very rare. Dana White's also a maverick like that. It's just guys who can run both sides of the business. It's hard. It's hard to do. And night one, so it ends. I'm glad they kept the belt on Cody. I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan. I'm just bought in. Cody Rhodes is he's the All-American superstar. He's like a blast from the past. I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan. So I'm glad they kept the belt on him. I still love Randy. He looked hurt, man, but if he really did, I think he actually did punt him in the fucking face because his orbital bone was fucked up and he got rocked. So he took one for the team. Yes, it's a scripted take, but fuck, he did get drilled on that one. So that one could not have felt great. But fuck, when you got 55,000 people just rushing with pure emotion, you're willing to take some nasty falls, do some nasty spots. So then night 2 comes along. We finally get our Danhausen and Cena moment. That was another thing. Cena coming out in the suit was kind of like, oh, okay, now he's the suit. So in a weird way, I either saw him as president or as like the next Vince McMahon. It was weird. I'm like, this dude can go either way. Like he's just such a larger than life human being. It was good to see him. He didn't really do too much. He introduced everybody to the show, and then at the end said the attendance and did the first night with Bianca. Shout out Bianca, expecting a baby. She's saying shout out like she's gonna see this. Shout out Bianca, congrats on the baby. She's seeing this, and then the second night he had this segment with Danhausen and The Miz, which The Miz is the greatest team player in WWE history. It's not even fucking close. That was hilarious in its own. And then CM Punk and Roman just go on to put on probably one of the greatest matches I've seen in the past decade. I'm really excited to watch that one back once they get that one on Netflix or something. I had to cancel my ESPN Unlimited. It's just too many fucking subscriptions through ESPN. I'm done. So I'll be tuning back in. ESPN, you can have my money again for SummerSlam. I will be paying attention, but Roman and Punk, phenomenal main event. Sorry, my throat is dry as a mother. Okay. God damn, sorry. Cut that out, producer. I'll get up and cut that out. Cody and Randy had a great match, and then night 2, Roman Punk, that match was just spectacular. Like I said, I'm really excited to go watch that one back. I'm happy they put the belt back on the Tribal Chief. Kind of knew that was going to happen. Great build-up. Nothing but respect for those two performers, so that was fun. WrestleMania, it always comes and goes so fast, so try to soak it in. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do is just be blessed enough to see another WrestleMania, regardless of how the show went or how it is or where it's at. Just to buy in and be a fan, kind of separate reality from just being a fan, and have a good time that way. Drink a few beers in between, maybe roll one up. You might enjoy it a little more. Might be a little more positive towards the creative side, because I know they're trying. But on to next year's WrestleMania, and that was a fun watch overall. Had a fun weekend watching that. Overall, another story this weekend. Me and Carter. Well, we're gonna do it again, but we did a documentary review on the White family of Boone County. I don't even want to call them tweakers. They're like meth heads, but they're probably the coolest, funniest family I've ever fucking watched. It's a hilarious documentary. We recorded a whole episode, and unbeknownst to me, I fucked up and I didn't have the pod track audio on, so it captured no audio whatsoever. It was gone. No way of recapturing it on me. This is why we gotta have a producer here, because that was, we can't have that kind of fuck up. So Hopefully this is fucking recording right now. This is gonna suck fucking dick if I upload this on YouTube and there's just no sound. But we're gonna do another recap of Boone County because that's hilarious. I have 5 pages of notes on this fucking family, and by God, you guys are gonna hear all these notes I have. Just not tonight, not on the eve of the NFL draft, and another couple other things we got going on. But there will be a time where me and C-Dub, we get back onto our Boone County bullshit, and we recap that for the tens and the millions out there. But a big story me and Carter were talking about this weekend, we noticed it was Mortimer's birthday. And if you don't know Mortimer is the Mariner Moose, who is the mascot of the Seattle Mariners. Mortimer, that's his name, okay? He has his younger brother, Rubart. I think it's Rubar. He's the minor league Rainier Moose, and he's his little brother. So we have a couple mooses, and we also have salmon who hang out with our with Mortimer. They do the salmon race. They also have salmon in the Rainier's hatchery system. I was going to say farming system, but it's a literal hatching system. It's a hatchery where Mariners are a baseball organization and a fish hatchery organization at the same time. But anyway, it was Mortimer's birthday, and Mortimer decided to invite all of the Washington State mascots to come to his birthday party at Safeco Field, which included the likes of the Washington Husky, Dubs, Bowie, the Kraken Troll, who you all know how I feel about Bowie, but Bowie was there. The Rain mascot, the Storm mascot, I believe Rubar was there. Little Brother's Gotta Go, and a couple other mascots, but one. I'm gonna tell you who it is. It was Mortimer's best friend, Blitz. Yeah, fucking Blitz did not show up to Mortimer's birthday party. Now, there's 2 avenues that we've determined that what could be occupying Blitz right now to have an excuse of not showing up to Mortimer's birthday party, because Mortimer and Blitz go way back. I mean, it was Squatch, Blitz, and Mortimer were the original 3 bros of Seattle. We don't know where Squatch is at, but that's one of the theories we have. Now, these are the only 2 excuses Blitz could have for missing his best friend's birthday party, because you don't miss your best friend's birthday party. If you miss your best friend's birthday party, you guys are no longer friends anymore. That is a friend-ending act of violence and war. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that to your best friends. You at least let them know. But the two only options that we could think of why he did not attend this birthday party were either, 1, he heard the Sonics were coming back, and he is on a one-man road trip to find Squatch again. He's hunting Squatch. He's got to find Squatch. He's got to get him back to Climate Pledge Arena if the Sonics are going to come back. So that could be one. And I like to think he looks like Bill Walton, kind of just hippied out, old Bill Walton. You know, he has kind of maybe his hair kind of combed back. He's just all hippied out. Just a hippied out Squatch. That'd be so hilarious. And then he's looking for him. And then the other one is Blitz is just on a total bender right now since we won the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know if he's just ignoring everybody. I don't know if he's reported back to the VMAC. I don't know what Blitz is up to. I think I have to do a deep dive on what Blitz is up to, and I need to figure out why he did not attend Mortimer's birthday party. So that's something that's kind of developing here. I'm gonna get to the bottom of that. It's just disgusting, man. You don't show up to your bro's birthday party, and you don't have a reason for it. I'm gonna be on your ass for that. I'm gonna figure it out. We need justice for Mortimer, so we'll figure that one out. But that was a hilarious story that me and Carter found they're just talking about over the weekend. But some other things that happened over the weekend: NBA playoffs kicking off. Like I said, there's been some great series. Rockets, Lakers, Magic, Pistons looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Celtics, Sixers could be something. And then obviously best series of the first round, Timberwolves and the Nuggets. It's great basketball. And then there's also been some pretty pretty bad basketball that I have watched and kind of kept along with, but I haven't watched the games thoroughly, like the Suns and Thunder or the Cavs and the Raptors. I did watch the Blazers, Spurs. Say what you want. A lot of people are saying obviously Spurs would have won that if Wembanyama didn't get himself knocked out by the hardwood floor. That was a huge fall. That was just a tower falling right over, man. Just a Jenga tower just smacking the... Oh, man, I hope he's okay. Hope Wemby's all right, because everyone wants to see Wemby just duel it up in the playoffs, man. And then, in my opinion, I think the funnest series that I've had the most fun watching is the Nuggets and Timberwolves. Just Jokic and Ant going at it. Gobert just bringing it to Jokic on the defensive side, just making it his MO that he's trying to shut Jokic down, letting Jokic shoot his threes. Jokic, he's gonna find that rhythm. He's not hot right now on the three ball, but he's gonna find that game. And once that opens up, he's gonna be able just to go back and kill everybody on the court in other ways by attacking the rim or dishing it out and facilitating. He's just such a great all-around player. And then the Timberwolves, Ant's been great. DiVincenzo stepped up. Like I said, Gobert's playing some great ball. So that's been a fun series. Another fun series is Lakers-Rockets, man. And I got a feeling that I haven't had since I was in 8th grade watching LeBron James. But LeBron James, he's got one more run in him, and this is it. I think this is the final run for LeBron, man. If he's going to do it, it's going to be this year. I think they're going to... If they go up 3-0 on the Rockets, I think you stick a fork in that series. I think they'll move on. You might get Luka back. Might get him back for Game 4. I'm hearing Game 6, 7, so maybe I'm getting ahead of myself for saying he could be back for Game 4. But if you take care of that series, you get out of the first round. Yes, I think that might line up with Oklahoma City, so that's going to be a tough second round if that's how it kind of shakes out. But if Luka comes back and the Lakers keep playing the way they are, with LeBron playing the way he is, with Luke Kennard stepping up the way he is, with Rui Hachimura stepping up the way he is, with Ayton playing solid down low, you're not asking him to do too much. You're just asking him to finish. You're playing to his strengths. JJ Redick, man, shout out to him. He's a phenomenal basketball mind. I'm having a lot of fun watching him coach this team. And LeBron, man, there's just something magical about watching LeBron's fadeaway, watching him just get to the right. I was talking to Austin last night on the phone while we were watching the game, and at the same time, it was when LeBron threw up kind of that sideways reverse dunk where you're just kind of like double yeet, and just yammed it down. And Austin was just like, who does he think he is? And just 40-year-old Bron, just 41. It's unreal, man. The longevity, it's so much fun. Just sit back, shut up, and enjoy LeBron, because if this is his final run, this could be spectacular. So I'm looking so forward to seeing how that shakes out. Who plays? I know Knicks, Hawks. That's tied up. That's going to be fun. They just hate it. Atlanta and New York, that's kind of just a weird rivalry to me. Those two teams just hate each other. They just find any reason to stir up beef, which you got to respect it. I love when basketball, has got some shit talking in it. I don't want them to be friends. I want them going at it. And that's why I love the NBA playoffs, because they all just play with that swagger, that stank, that funk, that juicy stuff. It's awesome. I love it, man. Nuggets, Timberwolves tomorrow night. That's going to be fucking awesome. But also tomorrow night, I think we got to transition into our favorite thing on the show, obviously, besides Sam Darnold, it is football. And it is the eve of the NFL draft. NFL is back. I mean, it kind of never stops. But, I'm trying to sit back here and I want to pull up my kind of draft board that I've had with my picks on it. I just kind of want to go through my kind of best available, kind of speed go through the rounds. We're going to do a round recap when we get some of the boys back on the show. Trying to work on getting Uncle Drew on the show too. Come talk some ball. He won't come on the show because he said the Packers don't have a first round pick and we don't have a producer. So you pick it, Austin. Is it because the Packers don't have a first round pick, or is it because we don't have a producer? that's also a sneak preview into the Ask the Class debate edition tonight. But the NFL is back. The draft is tomorrow night. I'm a little upset how I believe there's only 15 to 16 people actually attending this year's draft, which I think is pretty lame. I wish as many people could go to the draft as possible, but I mean, I get it. You don't want to get Will Levis and or Malik Willis and have to wait till the second day, kind of get embarrassed on TV that way, especially in today's social media age. So I mean, I get why less and less people are showing up. I get why certain people aren't attending. So I mean, it's your moment. You do with what you want for it, but there's just something cool and special about seeing a guy walk across the stage, get their hat, get their jersey, party with the fan base a little bit. But I want to dig in. Just want to kind of go through who I expect to be going to some of the, I would say, maybe top 12 teams, because after that, I mean, it's kind of, I know you guys don't really care because they're all playoff teams, but just wanted to get a little bit out before we hop into our draft recap later this week. But like I said, I got Mendoza, obviously. That's layup pick 1. 2, that's going to be interesting. I have Averill Reese going to. I know a lot of people, they have David Bailey slated going to the Jets, which these two dudes are fucking monsters. You're getting an edge and you're getting a linebacker. You're either getting a linebacker hybrid edge or you're just getting a true gritty edge here. David Bailey, phenomenal. I mean, brought that Texas Tech team to the college football playoff, dominated in the Big 12. David Bailey, he's a problem. I mean, the dude is 6'4", 250 pounds, number 1 ranked overall edge in this draft. Dude I believe ran a 4.5 40. He's a freak athlete. The film talks for himself. I'm pretty high up on David Bailey, but that just goes to show you how much of a freak I think Averill Reese is. And it's crazy too, because they have 2 linebackers who are just franchise-changing backers in this draft. It's unreal. Ohio State really does have the creme de la creme elite athletes in the country. I love. You can't go wrong with a player outside of quarterback from Ohio State. They hit 90% of the time. So Averill Reese, unreal stud. He's a monster. He's also 6'4", 240. This dude ran a 4.46. He is just. Can you imagine a dude just that much strength, that much power, that much speed, just coming at you, just lighting you up? He's also a pretty good defender, in my opinion. Defends the pass really well. Him and Sonny Styles, man, they're just, those two play so well off of each other. I'm really excited. And honestly, I think that whoever doesn't take Bailey or Reese is just going to get a monster at the 4th or 5th pick. So I'm eyeing the Giants to get one of those guys. I like New York probably. I think they should take Reese, but I think they're going to go in. Obviously, I think Glenn wants to build that D line up. I think Bailey is a good fit for the Jets, so I wouldn't be surprised if Bailey goes there. And then Reese, in my opinion, would either end up in Tennessee or New York, and that is because the Cardinals, who I believe have just been gaslighting teams, kind of, sending flares in saying, we might take Jeremiah Love. We're really interested in that, when they have no business taking Jeremiah Love. They have so many other things that they need to address and figure out and improve before they can even afford the luxury of bringing a player like that into the fold of things in Arizona. So I think they're I think that's kind of smoke screens. I think I don't think Arizona's going to take them. I think Arizona. I think they should. If Reese isn't taken, they should take Bailey. And if Bailey's taken, you got to hop all over Averill Reese. You got to take him, and then that would leave Tennessee. I would get Jeremiah Love, who Tennessee, that's kind of been the staple of their foundation, is having a good running back, having a solid back. That's been their identity, of having elite backs throughout the decades. So I look for them to continue that trend. like I said, you're going to have to get Cam Ward, a guy who can take the pressure, take the stress off of him, and really just be a good tandem partner in that backfield to create havoc. Because Cam Ward's a special player. He's an amazing pocket quarterback, and I think he's only going to improve. So I think you add Jeremiah Love with Cam Ward. Still think you're a receiver and a tight end away, but you're definitely working towards the right thing in Tennessee. Definitely working towards that rebuild in the right way. And then that would leave the Giants after that. So I see it going quarterback, defense, and then I see Jeremiah. I don't see Jeremiah slipping to New York, where I also don't see New York taking Jeremiah Love. That would be an interesting situation if he was still there. I don't really think. I think they're kind of in love with Scadaboo. I know he's coming off the fractured break in his foot, but I just don't see him getting past Arizona or Tennessee. No way Tennessee lets him get past. And then obviously you have Delaney, or is it Delaney or Delaney? The corner from LSU. I think he's great. In my opinion, I think before you even, Caleb Downs is the best secondary player in this draft. So I look for him to get taken before Delaney. But I have him potentially going to the Giants and possibly Cleveland or Washington. We could see Washington sneak in and possibly trade up, maybe go get a Jeremiah Love, or maybe they not necessarily reach and they draft Carnell Tate and get Jaden a weapon there. So I think Washington's got to go offense. Cleveland, that's kind of a wild card. I could look for Cleveland to trade out of this spot, to trade down, trade back, and kind of, maybe I could definitely see Washington or New Orleans trading up with Cleveland to get Carnell Tate. I could also see the Chiefs trading up with Cleveland to get Carnell Tate, because that's a franchise impact player right there who could just change things up and really get your offense rolling out the gate. And then after that, the Giants are back in with the 10th pick. So I look for the Giants to take another pick here. I don't think they're going to trade back. I mean, this team is just building their team just out of young fucking superstars and studs, and they'll be able to take either Ruben Bain, a Mekhi Lemon. They might even get a Jordan or a Kenyon Sadiq there. Jordan Tyson's in the fold, I mean, I still really like Akeem Mesidor, but the Giants are gonna get two fucking phenomenal players, man. The Giants, they have, in my opinion, the best chance to become a playoff team next season if they hit this draft right. And we'll see, man. I'm really excited for this year's draft. Miami, who knows? Maybe, I know they got the 11th and 30th pick. I could see Ty Simpson going maybe 30, or the Cardinals maybe coming and trading back. But there's gonna be some superstars who fall down to borderline playoff teams. The Ravens are going to probably get a good player. The Rams are going to get a good player. Obviously, the Rams traded with the Falcons to get that pick. So, that's just paying dividends for the Rams. So the Rams are going to get a good pick. The Bucks are in the fold. The Lions are there. So teams who made the playoffs or barely missed it, they're going to be in a good position to get a good player to reload and be able to get after it this season. So I'm excited. I'm going to do a draft recap show either tomorrow or Friday, so that'll be good. But yeah, I want to leave you guys on a note, a little Ask the Class debate edition. And I guess this just stems from me and my dear friend Uncle Drew. Go check him out on Twitch. Huge streamer on Twitch. Go check him out, and on YouTube, Uncle Drew. We've been debating for probably the past 6 months, if I'm being honest. Who is a better quarterback? Sammy Emerald, a.k.a. Sam Darnold, or Jordan Love? And you got to understand, yes, Austin is the biggest Packer fan I know. The dude is a minority shareholder for the Packers. So, he owns a piece of the cheese. So, obviously, you know where he's going to lie and you know where I'm going to lie. So that's where I need you guys, the class, to go dig in, check the stats out. Just to clarify that Sammy is the only other quarterback besides Tom Brady to win back-to-back 14-win seasons on 2 different teams consecutively. So, I mean, you go check that stat out. You check how Sammy's got 10 more touchdowns, about 1,000 more passing yards. But Love was hurt. Who knows? That's what Unc says. But that's my debate I want to leave you guys on. And I just want to say it's good to be back. Try to be more consistent. I apologize. Like I said, on that football schedule, just out in Arizona with Vrabel and Rossini, I wasn't there, but I was also chilling like they were. So that was also another thing. I love how Vrabel literally at his first press conference back admitted to doing something wrong without even admitting that he did something wrong. It was a masterclass. So with the way he worded that, and if you really dive in and dig in, it's a fucked up situation, man. There's a lot of families at stake, so I'm not gonna dive into it. But at the surface level, it's fun to poke at it and make fun. So shout out to him for, like I said, admitting he did something wrong without even saying what he did wrong. And let's go. It's time for football season. Football's fucking back. I can't wait. Can't wait to watch the draft. You know, I'll be wearing the hoodie tomorrow. Send the selfie out. But like I said, go find us on Instagram. Send in some Ask Class questions. Go subscribe to us on YouTube, and I'll check you out soon. We'll see you later. Peace.